it is the day after my son's birthday. I started a vlog yesterday, but I had to delete the footage to make some room for my sister because I wanted her to take some footage, and I had a small SD card in my video camera. I don't think she got a ton of footage though, but hopefully she got some. But yesterday was my son's birthday party, and it's like all planning the party never got super emotional. But once my husband was starting to set up the pirate ship pool slide thing, I was extremely emotional. Yesterday was awesome. So thankful for everyone who came to celebrate my son. You really start to realize just who your good friends are, who your family is, and the friends who are family. I mean, there's just no other way of putting it. So it just felt amazing. When everyone left, we were just we feel so blessed. So we ended up having a pretty easy cleanup. One thing that's kind of funny is you start to kind of see just how messy some people are. I was just kind of I'm sure this is super normal, but I was kind of confused and appalled might be the best word of putting it, I guess. Might be a little extreme, but I was very shocked there at how many people do not pick up after themselves. The amount of cups and cans and plates that I threw away was unbelievable. Besides that though, that was just a funny little note I just had to mention. We had a great time. We were so thankful everyone came. Everything seemed to be a hit. Everyone seemed to have a pretty decent time. For me, when it comes to parties and stuff, I am not a very good host because I want things to be going. I don't like down moments. And while most people knew each other, I feel bad for the families who don't know a lot of people, so it's harder for them to mingle. So I try to keep things kind of busy and upbeat so that everyone can still just kind of have fun. But at a birthday party, there's not a ton of stuff to do. I mean, there's a bunch of little games and stuff, but my son is one, so what kind of games are we gonna play? We did do a piñata, which was so funny because for some reason, this piñata, you couldn't destroy it. This piñata did not want to bust. It took my husband having to do it, and we had big kids there. We had 6, 7-year-olds, even a 9-year-old there, and no one could bust this piñata. I was cracking up. But yeah, so it was super duper fun though. We had a great time. My son was so tired. He's the type, he's not gonna nap in the middle of a party. He would if I were nursing him and sitting and just chilling with him, he would only nap in my arms. That's all. He probably would have napped in his crib, but he was so gross I was not gonna put him in his crib. I don't know how people let their kids go in their crib to sleep and nap when they've been out and about, and the whole no bath thing, it just grosses me the heck out. So he went, party. Then finally when everyone left, he kept partying a little bit, and then come 6:45, he was done and passed out on the couch with me. I was nursing him on the couch and he fell asleep. So I let him lay down for a little bit, and then we had to force him to wake up so that we could give him a bath because he had cake in his hair. He was just a mess. So there was no way I could put him in his crib this gross. His theme was pirate, shark, underwater, kind of the red, whites, and blues and everything since he's a firecracker baby. Right in the middle of the party, oh my gosh, it was so bad. So there's multiple things that kind of went wrong in a sense. So first, his cake was we got it from Publix and it was adorable. We're very, very, very impressed with their cakes, and it was amazing. For some reason it was melting, if you will. There was a thing in the front that for some reason was dragging the cake down, so it didn't sit up properly for very long. So that's probably the only thing I'd have to say about Publix, is I don't know if they quite have everything together when it comes to cakes. That started happening, and then when we went to sing happy birthday, we got everyone gathered, we were gonna do cake, and then we realized there was no candle, and I can't have my son's first birthday party without a candle. So my husband had to go run and grab one in the middle of the party, so I had to be all right, everyone shoo, carry on doing something else. And then finally we got to do the singing and everything. And then right after that fiasco was done, we're trying to take pictures with my son, which these photos are gems. I'm hoping we get some good ones on his actual birthday, but these are gems. So they were hysterical. So when we were doing that, we had a party table set up. The whole table came crashing down. Things went everywhere, plates shattered, glass everywhere, watermelon everywhere, just a huge wreck everywhere. Thankfully, it was near the end though. Everyone had already eaten, so we really lucked out as far as that. But it was a hot mess. So that happened. That was not fun. But still, everything went really, really well. One thing, if there's anything I can tell you guys, is get tons of photos. I was so busy, hosting it. I really didn't get a get a ton. So if you're a guest at a party, and I'm guilty of this, I don't usually do this, take photos for the host because they don't get to take them. My best friend is a gem. She is so good at this. She is always snapping photos, like, of everything. So she got a bunch of photos for me. My sister, like I said, did get some, but see if you can't be a total help and like just take so many pictures, because the photos that I have are just of what guests took.
Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. It's 2 days before my son's birthday, and I'm like just in disbelief. I cannot believe it's been a year. I don't know where the year went. Oh my god. There was a lot I had to do for his birthday party, so I really wish I did more vlogging of it. I really wish I kind of recorded the whole process, but I think I've just been so burnt out on how much footage I have to go through, and I think I told y'all that, like, I have so much footage to go through and so much editing to do. I kept a lot of the decor up so that it's up for my son's birthday in 2 days, so once that happens, I'm gonna be spending time taking decor down. I mean, it's not a lot, honestly. Like, this house, we had such a great time hosting a party in. We really did. I mean, I think this house worked out beautifully. The only thing that was a little off is the temp kind of went down, like, or it was warm at some points, but it's because people kept going in and out my sliding glass door and leaving the door open, and not just children but adults were doing it, and so a lot of the air just kept seeping out, and so I had to keep, like, I almost had to man the sliding glass door so that people would, you know, keep it shut. But that was really the only thing I would have to say. I think a lot of people had a lot of places to sit. Like half of the party, or no, probably like 3/4 of the party was able to sit on my new like sectional that we got. And if we had gotten the one I wanted, like the huge one, I could probably fit like so many people on that thing. So loved my sectional. Everybody was commenting how comfortable it is, how much they loved it, so that really was really good. It was a success, I would have to say. But despite a few little minor weird things, it was good. Whenever it's been like Christmas or now his birthday, I always will give it to him like one at a time. Like every day he kind of gets a new one, because if you just like open all the gifts and like give it to him, like he's just gonna get buried in gifts and not really know how to use them. So we've been like pretty much just like showing him how to use these new toys, because some of them are like gaming centers. So we taught him how to do the baseball and the bowling, and the baseball is so cute. When my husband was trying to show him how, it's adorable. I need to do all of his thank you cards today, or not all of them, but start them today and get them in the mail. And that's pretty much all that's on the agenda today. Get some work done. This is a short week, so not a ton of work going on. I'm a wreck, you guys. Like a hot mess wreck, but finally got him down for a nap. It's 2:42 when I got him down. He is the world's worst napper. He always has his entire life. He's never wanted to nap. He's never enjoyed naps. I personally don't enjoy naps, but I'm also an adult. But he just fights every single nap. It's so exhausting, but I'm trying to make it to where it's not like a super dramatic experience. Like yesterday he fought it a lot, pretty bad. The days that he like pushes me away, those are the really hard days. But today he didn't really ever push me away. He just made it clear like, I just don't feel like taking a nap now. Like he just had too much energy. So I have a very energetic child, and just naps are just something that we've struggled with literally since the day he was born. I can honestly say, go back and watch every single vlog I've ever uploaded, and I'm probably complaining about the way that he naps. So finally got him down. I'm really hoping he naps for about 3 hours. That would be great. Yesterday he did that. He went down at, I think it was like 3:15, and didn't wake up until almost like 6:30. And it wasn't hard to put him down, but we just kind of pushed the night back, and I kept trying to tell my husband, I don't want to push it back. I want to do the normal routine and try and get him down at the normal time. But it just, things started coming up to where it just ended up happening where things got pushed back anyway. So tonight, no matter what time he wakes up, I'm hoping he takes a 3-hour nap, but no matter what time he does wake up, I'm going to just put him to bed at the normal time. A lot of people are trying to ask what we're gonna do for his birthday, so I'm literally just gonna say, if you want to come celebrate with us, we're just gonna have pizza here, and we'll sing happy birthday to him, get like a small cake again, and just sing happy birthday to him here, and that's just gonna be the end of it. And then we'll go see fireworks because we're getting invited all these other places, and I just want to make sure that although it is like a holiday, it's a crazy big holiday that everyone, you know, loves to celebrate, I want to still make sure my son always knows it's his birthday. I've always loved the 4th of July. It's always been one of my favorite holidays, but it's also my son's birthday and he deserves to have his day too. It's like bittersweet. I'm like super excited for his birthday, but I'm like just so, I get like, I know I'm gonna be super emotional tomorrow night, putting him down to bed for the last time before he's like a year, officially a year old. I think I'm gonna be extremely emotional. Just thinking about it, I get emotional. Just, it's crazy. My son is already gonna be a year old. I don't know where a year went. It's so annoying how true it is that just time flies. And because I went through such a massive blur postpartum, just so much happened postpartum, it made the year fly by super slow during that really hard time, but super fast overall. And it's wild to think I'm gonna have a 1-year-old. I kept, during all of those really hard months, I just always thought about the 6 months, and I was like, oh, and when he's 1, it's gonna be even better. And now it's just super emotional, but it's bittersweet.
Play with Elmo. Come on, let's play with Elmo. Try it again. Let's play with Elmo. Let's play with Elmo. Look. Play with Elmo.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Yay!
Take a blow.
Did a very good job opening. That was a lot of fun. Bye. We missed you. Yay. Bye bye.
You're so cute. I have a feeling this camera is going to die any second. But hey guys, it is Saturday. It's a Saturday after my son's birthday. And we have had a wonderful last week starting last Saturday. So it's been a full week of just fun with my little guy. Actually, we went to SeaWorld and I got super duper burnt, but I am so proud of myself for the fact that my son did not get burned. He doesn't even have like a tan. He got nothing. And I don't even know why or how, because we were in the sun, but I guess his SPF stayed on even despite all of the sweating that we did. We used the Baby Ganix one. That's the one that we just felt most comfortable using. So that's one that we have and it worked great. So yeah, we went to SeaWorld yesterday, my sister, husband, and I, and my son, and we got SeaWorld passes because they have Sesame Street Land and my son is obsessed with Sesame Street, and so we went ahead and got passes to there. Had a great time. My son's birthday was so relaxing actually, because we really didn't do a lot, but we just kind of let him play with all his toys. These are like not even half of his new toys, not even half. So like, we're gonna have to think of a system. We really had plans of going places, but he napped the whole day. Grandparents wanted to come over, so we waited pretty much all morning for like a set of his grandparents to come, and for some reason they just, neither one showed up early. He really only got to see my parents because he napped literally the whole day. We just kind of hung out and then we just played with toys. My brother ended up coming over with his girlfriend and my niece, and then my parents came over with my sister, and we just hung out and we had some dinner together. We sang happy birthday again. My mom got a big ol' ice cream cake, which we all devoured, including my son. So we just had like such a good time just like spending it with family. And then because we didn't do anything on his birthday because we're like, it's just so hot and we don't want to be like super exhausted by nighttime because we want to be able to see family. We're like, we're just not going to go on his birthday. We're going to go on Friday, and that way we still celebrate his birthday with him. And so we went yesterday and it was so hot. My parents bought the tickets for them. Their names like got messed up, like the website just like kind of crashed and just like everything got messed up with their order, so they weren't able to do their names properly, and so we had to stand in like this special line. My husband and I already had our tickets, everything was good with us, but we had to stand in like the longest line. It took over an hour to get my sister's ticket, and we didn't even get her ticket. They let her in because they had said that this was a problem with the site, IT was working on it, yada yada. But they still couldn't get our ticket because like the whole order was just like literally messed up. Like it was just like on a pause. It was just totally messed up. It went through though. The people at customer service was able to see it. So they knew that, yeah, this really did happen. But there's just something that just got really messed up with it. So I don't know what is gonna happen. That took like literally over an hour to like deal with that, and I just hung out with my son. So that was the first hour. But then after that, we got to go to the aquariums. We literally just walked around sweating our butts off. I mean, and I don't mean just sweating, I mean we were drenched. I think the heat index was like 107 or something like that. So really, really, really high. But yes, we took care of my son. He had so much water, so many drinks, so many snacks. We did not, but we did end up getting some. SeaWorld has like a thing where if you buy their cup, you get 99-cent refills, which is a whole nother story for you guys. But yeah, you get 99-cent refills, but if you have the pass, you get it for like 95 cents. So I went ahead and got this cup. It has a lid, but it's in the wash. But I went ahead and got this cup because I thought it was like the cutest one in the park. There was another one that had penguins on it that I really kind of wanted, but my sister and my husband were like, this just screams you more. It's a smaller size. I wish I got like the biggest one. That would have been awesome, because they have one that's like huge. But the only problem with that is then it's like just too big. You know, you just want something like this. I am funny this way, and I don't even know if people even think about it, but like if I do, like if you're gonna buy a cup and then get refills and stuff, I'll only use a cup that's like been behind the counter that like no one really has had the option to touch. I don't like using a cup that's like been on display. Like if I buy a Starbucks cup or I buy any kind of like cup, I have to wash it first. I can't just use it. It just grosses me out. I just told her that I bought the cup and asked if I could just use a paper cup for the day until I could bring this home and wash it, and I'll use it at the next visit. And so when I did that, I waited behind the girl at the register to get a drink. And I was like, I just have a really weird question for you. If you have a moment, or when you have a moment, I just have a question for you. And so then I asked, so she just stared at me. She's like, what are you trying to ask? And I'm like, excuse me, I'm just trying to say, and I explained it like clear as day. I bought this cup. I don't want to use it just yet. I would like to use it at my next visit, but because I have this cup and I have it with me, is it okay if I use a paper cup? And she's like, it doesn't matter. Just do what you want. I was like, if I were not so hot and sweaty right now, and I had my son, my sister, and my husband were on a ride, and I was just like stunned that she said that. And so then when I finally got back to her after I got my drink and I get back in line with her, I was like, I'm sorry to be difficult or whatever. She didn't say a word. She didn't say, have a good day, thank you, nothing. She had nothing to say. And I'm just like, what a female dog. I was so mad. Like, why? Why do you have to be so rude? Really, you guys have not picked up a camera to film. I don't know how moms do it. I don't know how they have the time. I am so drawn to family time. Like, I want to spend time with my husband. I don't want to spend or take away time from him. Like, he already works a ton, and so any little time I can have with him or with my son, I take. I don't really know how to get a good groove going. We didn't really go out to see fireworks on his birthday. We just watched them actually from home because everyone in the neighborhood had really, really nice ones that they were setting off. So we were able to just watch them from the comfort of our own home. We took him outside so he could see his first fireworks, and he just kind of looked at him like, what the heck is going on? And then like when we saw the roller coasters yesterday, he's like looking at Manta like above us, and he's just kind of like, okay, this stuff is so weird. It's so cool seeing life through a baby's eyes. Like, it's just so much fun. Today we're gonna go see Spider-Man. So my mom's gonna babysit my son. That's where my husband's at right now. He's going to buy tickets. All right, cool beans. So we are seeing it at 2:30. So I need to text my mom and let her know that at 2:30 we're gonna see the movie. We are such old people. Like if we go to a movie, if we go do anything, we like to do it in the daytime. And it's mainly just to try and keep our son on a schedule. I know we're those people. Like I used to be so annoyed by those people, and I still kind of am, when like people can't go hang out or have a day because they have to have their kid napping. And I understand like the importance of it on like a normal basis, but like when it's the weekend and like you have stuff that you can do, there's so many times people will just be like, well, I can't go because my kid has to nap at that time. And I know there's reasonings behind it because I have a child that has such a problem with sleep, but at the same time, I don't want my life, my husband's life, my son's life, my family's life to just be put on pause because they have to take a nap. Like I don't want to miss out on things because my child needs to take a nap. So we do like kind of schedule things around it if we can, but otherwise I'm not going to say no, I'm not going because my kid needs to take a nap. But we do really try to do like nap times, or not nap times, bedtime. We really like to stick to it as much as possible.
Quit with the bubbles.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday and we've just been hanging out. He is such a busy boy, it's crazy. So today I'm gonna meet my mom, best friend, and my best friend's mom at lunch. So we've been struggling hardcore with his napping. You guys know that. I've talked about it since the day he was born. Naps have just always been something we struggled with, and it's gotten to the point where it's really starting to kind of affect our day-to-day living, but it is starting to affect kind of just how we run things here, because I think he's kind of gotten used to fighting sleep, he's gotten used to being overtired, and he's gotten skill down on how to function while being overtired. And I'm done with listening to him scream and cry and throw fits, and I just would much rather put that in the past. So bad his song is on, he's just sitting there watching it, wondering why he can't hear it. But I'm really hoping to kind of break this like tantrum, being grumpy type of situation that we deal with on a daily basis here. And I've always known it's because of a sleeping issue, but he just does not like naps, and I don't like naps. My husband does, but I've never been a napper. Ever, my entire life, you would never catch me napping. So it's just kind of something that I guess we're just not big nappers. So I really want to try and break that though, and kind of make it into a habit to make sure he does go down for his nap. So that's pretty much what I'm working on this week, and I'm really nervous about it, but I really hope it works out. I've kind of been a huge fan. It's not like he hasn't been getting enough sleep though, because a lot of times he'll take a 3-hour nap. Be nice. Okay, we've got to clean him up because he's a wreck. He's got yogurt all over him. This is another reason why mommy can't vlog. Look at his face. The yogurt you can't see, like I wipe his face, you can't see it until like later when it like dries. So like I'll think his face is clean and it's not. So far I am failing miserably at this whole getting him to take a nap. I just tried for the first round to get him down. I nursed him, put him down, let him cry, got him up to nurse again. Even when I first put him down, I was like, he just has so much energy. Like he's not ready for his nap. He is just literally impossible to get down for a nap. So I'm gonna let him play for a little bit and try and get some of the energy out, and then we're gonna try again. Nap time is so bad, and I don't know how. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to make it better. And I know like so many moms who have great nappers probably are like, oh, she's just doing it wrong, she's doing this. Like, yeah, I probably am doing something wrong, but I am trying. Like I've been trying so hard to get this child to nap, and he just isn't. So he found his microphone behind the couch. I don't even know how it was there. Finally got him down. It's 11:45. I finally got him down for a nap. It was a struggle. I mean, I had to let him cry it out for a while before I was able to get him down. It's frustrating because I'm just gonna have to wake him up in the next like 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm really frustrated by that, but maybe I should just feel good that he's at least getting some sleep before we go to lunch, because I just don't want him to be a jerk at lunch. He's not the kid who will just nap wherever you go. He just never has been that kid. Overnight, we have down pat. Like he's wonderful. But daytime is super hard, and he does get behavioral issues. I am so frustrated. I just worked so hard to get him down for a nap, and now I have to go wake him up. I am so frustrated right now.
All right, so I met up with them. That was fun. Now I need to head to a Walmart, but I need to make it quick because I have my mom's leftover.
We came home, and little man was in a pretty good mood. he was in a pretty good mood. He was playing well. He was like, he did have some grumpy moments that like made me kind of want to try and give him a nap. In fact, I did try to give him a nap one time, and he like knows when I'm trying to give him a nap, so it's like he'll just be extra sweet and like extra playful. It's kind of like, I don't need a nap right now, and like he'll just be extra sweet. My mom, my dad, my sister, and my sister's sister all came over today for dinner, and we all had some subs, and just we all hung out and had a good night. And then once they left, I was able to give my son a bath, and then I mopped, because anytime we have guests over, I think I've told you guys, anytime we have guests over, anyone in the house, when they have shoes on, we always mop immediately after. We never ask guests to take their shoes off, and in fact, like, it's not that we really care if they have their shoes on, but just because we do have my son, I do like to mop anytime we have guests who have shoes on. If they don't have shoes on, I don't usually bother. We're not going to ask people to take their shoes off. So I went ahead and mopped, and then took a shower, and now I have work I'm gonna do. Good morning, guys. We had a really rough night last night, so I finally got to bed. I don't know, 11 is when I finally fell asleep. My husband, I don't know when he fell asleep, but I fell asleep about 11, and all of a sudden at 1 a.m. my son just starts crying, and I'm like, okay, usually I'll kind of let him try and work it out, and if he doesn't, I go in there, and I let him cry. He wouldn't work it out. So finally I went in there and I nursed him. I have no problem, you know, waking up and nursing him still. It's not something I'm trying to like stop, because I know 1-year-olds still do that. So I went in there and nursed him and laid him down and was like, okay, everything's fine. Came to bed. About, I'd say 10-15 minutes later, he wakes up crying again. And I'm like, okay, if he's waking up again, it's probably gas. So I went back in there, gave him gas drops, started nursing him, and he would fall asleep again. But like before nursing him, he would like sit there and tell me a lot, and he'd be looking somewhere, but he'd be like talking a lot, and he'd be looking in his crib, and I'm like, that's super bizarre. Like he loves his sleep at nighttime, so I was like, that's weird that he's wanting to like try and tell me something. So I was like, okay, that's really weird. So nursed him again, and he fell asleep on me, and then I put him back in his crib. 5 minutes later, wakes up doing it again. It's like 6-7 minutes later, wakes up doing it again. And I'm like, okay, this is just weird. And when I gave him gas drops the first time, he did pass some gas, so I was like, okay, he's good now. And what's so weird though is he completely falls asleep on me and then stays asleep when I put him in the crib, and then just wakes up, you know, like 5-10 minutes later. So the next time I go ahead and give him gas drops again, because he has always kind of been like, he needs a little bit more than what the dosage is. And then that's when he finally was like good again. I nursed him and I changed his diaper a few times, and again he wanted to try and talk to me and tell me something, and he wasn't like, he was awake, but he wasn't like trying to get up for the day, because I was like, usually he only talks to me when he's trying to get up for the day. And he just kept looking at his bed and then telling me something, and I'm like, this is so bizarre. I still don't know what was going on. I'm assuming gas, because he had 2 gas drops and then was fine, so I'm assuming that's what it was. Really bizarre, but I think we're gonna be good today. So we're gonna get up and make some breakfast for us 3, and my husband's gonna watch him for some of the day, because I need to get a lot of work done still. Like you guys saw, I was doing work last night, so I have a lot of work I gotta get done today.